Hey everyone, welcome to Otaku Talk. It's me, your boy, your host, OD. And if you probably didn't already get it from the title of this video, I'm ready to talk my shit today. Today we're going to be reviewing chapter 1079 of One Piece, Red Haired Shanks, a Yonko crew or an Emperor's crew. And guys, I'm so hyped for this. I can't wait. If this is your first time on this, I'm so sorry. If this is your first time on this channel, or you've been here before but haven't done so already, would greatly appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe. And without much further ado, let's get into this review. I can't wait.
頑張れそう頑張れ諦めないで口笛吹きさ歩き出そうよ Going now
All right, guys, chapter 1079 of One Piece. We have a really cool cover story. I could get not cover story, cover art. I could give two shits. It's Luffy watering a lion. Think it's a sunflower. Oh, that's cool. That's cute. That's cool. Whatever. I'm sure there's foreshadowing in it. Honestly, I also feel like he's done this in another cover art. But anyway, I digress. I don't care. I just want to get to what happens at the very end of the chapter. This was honestly a relatively short chapter. Not a lot really happens, and it like reads really, really quickly. But let me do my due diligence and talk about what happens at the beginning of the chapter, and then we'll work our way there, okay? And so we start off with the chapter, and it's a couple hours before all this trader stuff started happening, and it is York talking to the Seraphim. Now, I don't really know how the timelines add up. At what point did the CP0, well, it had to have been after because the CP0 were the ones that brought some of these Seraphim here. So I guess I don't really know how the timelines add up, but at some point York was able to sneak away, talk to the Seraphim, give them orders, and then set them loose on the crew. Now, I've been wondering this entire time why she's been keeping the CP agents alive. Part of me thought it was because she wanted to impress upon the world government the situation, as well as make them force other CP agents to keep coming to the island, which I guess in that degree it did work. But it seems that she is under the impression she understands that they don't seem interested in making her a celestial dragon. I don't know. Maybe that's not what she's saying here, but that's what I got out of it. And so she's like, I have a plan for that. What that plan is, we don't really know yet. I'm just really, really hoping that she doesn't think having CP agents as hostages is going to do anything for her. She calls them hostages, and at first I thought they were just there, like I said earlier, just to attract the attention of the world government to make them come and find these agents. But if she's going to use them as hostages, I just don't see that working. I really, really, really do not see that working. She doesn't know who she's dealing with if that is the case. Once again, though, she is a part of Vegapunk, and one common theme with Vegapunk is his naivety. So maybe that's the route we're going with that. She also says a couple interesting things that I would be remiss if I didn't bring up, and that she gives them orders of certain places she doesn't want them to destroy. So I'm wondering what those places are and what significance they hold. Once again, like I said in my last review, I do believe that there is going to be some sort of like new Devil Fruit facility. Maybe there's new research on Logias and some other stuff. And obviously, I do think that Punk Records is going to have some kind of role in this as well. Oh, also, she elaborates on the fact that yes, she did tell S Snake to petrify her and then unpetrify her when no one was around. So that explains that. That's kind of already what we thought. I went a little convoluted and said if it wasn't that, it might just be that they made a fake version of her with the organoids and like the replacement parts. But no, it was just cut and dry, really simple. Oh, just when no one's looking, unpetrify me. All right, that checks out to me, right? Also, I didn't catch this on my first read through, but as everyone is fleeing the island, which by the way, I don't know where they think they're going to go. There's a bunch of fleets coming. They're going to get sunk, but whatever. Let's pray for them, you know? We see on the outskirts of the island Blackbeard's ship. Now, is Blackbeard on this? I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on with these timelines right now. Blackbeard could be with Law right now. Blackbeard could be back at Hachinosu, or Blackbeard could be here. It might not be Blackbeard. It might just be someone on his a division of his ship. What I would personally love, what I would personally love if it was Aokiji. I would love it was Aokiji, right? We get reunited with him. Maybe he switches sides. Maybe he helps us rescue Vegapunk. Maybe we get like another kind of Ohara incident situation where he helps out again, right? That would be super super cool. All right. All right, all right, all right. We are finally at the part of the chapter that I'm so excited to talk about. Ah, let's go. Let's go. All right, so kid rolls up. He's ready. He's got his damn punk ready, and he's about to blast, right? And so before we get even into all that, we have Shanks's crew all there, and we have Shanks's fleet. And based upon the dialogue between not only Kid and Shanks, his fleet is not shit. If honestly, if we're to compare Shanks's fleet and Luffy's fleet, I kind of get the impression that Luffy's fleet is way better. So when it comes to Shanks, it's literally just him and his crew. They're the big powers. So basically, they talk about how the fact that like they're weak, and the only reason that they've survived is because they fly red hair Shanks's flag, and he always protects them, right? And so something that really there's two things about Shanks that really intrigued me here. Well, three things. One is his information gathering, right? During the whole course of this, he's talking about he's getting information about Kid. Somebody gives him a sheet on Kid, information on Kid, as well as the fact that he's tracking Blackbeard's whereabouts. So that right there tells me a lot about Shanks. He's not reckless. He's not like Luffy where he just haphazardly does things. He's quite thinking. He when things are at peace, when he's chilling with his homies and stuff, he puts aside that, but he is the kind of like leader that I would expect him to be, and I really really appreciate that. Another thing that I found interesting was he seems to be a really cool guy, but one of the first things he brings up is the fact that, hey, are they like healed from their injuries from Wano? I was like, oh, Shanks, you're worried about them? That's so nice. And I'm very curious because my thing is like, what if they were still injured? Would you not fight them? Like, how would that have gone? Would you have felt bad about it? I like the response of, is it Ben Beckman? I honestly can't remember at this moment, but he's like, well, you know, they're healthy enough to fight us, which I agree. Good answer. Good answer. Some other slight dialogue that I thought was really cool was the fact that what else did he do that made me really interested? Oh, the last thing he does is say something to the effect of that he had been here too long. So last time we saw Shanks, we saw that he is ready to go for the One Piece, that he's after the One Piece, right? And so this was just like a pit stop. I think he wanted to maybe see some friends, but I'm not that naive. On top of seeing some friends, I also do think that, there was something on Elbaf that he wanted to get, wanted to see, wanted to grab, and he's going to move on to something that is going to help him get the One Piece. Now, where that place is, where he's going, we cannot know, but I'm very, very interested as to why he stopped here and as to where he planned to go next. So yeah, anyway, Kid, he's ready for that action, gets his damn punk ready, and he's about to start blasting at him, right? Shanks uses observation hockey, future sight, and realizes that, yo, if I let this dude get this attack off, he is going to devastate my fleet. I don't think he's so much worried about himself and the redhead pirates, but I think he knows that the rest of his fleet is going to get murked. So he immediately tells like his fleet to evacuate, to move left and right, because he's about to go handle this himself. And so Ben Beckman immediately is like, oh, that must be a bad future you saw. And so Shanks immediately leaps into action and uses divine departure, right? Sorry, that came out really bad. Guys, I'm giddy. I'm giddy right now because I don't fuck with Kid. I really don't fuck with Kid. And it's not because he's a bad character. Kid's a really cool character, but he has squandered his devil fruit. He has an incredible, incredible, incredible devil fruit. And in my opinion, he has been nothing but mid. Useless Captain Mid, bro. That name is deserved because in any I'm a big comic fan. This is otaku talk. I'm an otaku when it comes to Japanese media, and I'm an otaku when it comes to American comics. And like magnetism, electromagnetism is one of the greatest abilities. And this dude has been so whack, so whack. But anyway, he uses divine departure and completely obliterates, completely obliterates Kid, obliterates Killer because Killer jumps in the way, similar to what Zoro did with Big Mom and Kaido to block. Kind of tries to block what's his name, Shanks's divine departure, and it just does not work. Takes him out and also takes out Kid. And they are just
victory.
honestly, they're unconscious and down for the count. And these guys aren't main characters, so unlike Luffy, I don't see them getting up. Now, I honestly think it should have ended there. I thought it was going to be over. And I really love the fact that right after that, you have the rest of Kid's crew like, all right, we surrender. You got it. It kind of remembers, not remembers. It kind of reminds me of that, like that one meme where it's like Superman tying like that apron, like better go make Batman a sandwich before he like slaps my ass or something like that. But like, yo, they were completely annihilated. They were one shot. It was incredible. And I feel really bad because like, this is such a bad look for a Kid getting one shot, but you have to think about all the times Luffy has gotten one shot. He just gets away with it because of plot armor, and he's like the main character, and he's loved by fate. I've said this repeatedly in numerous reviews and stuff like that. Kid and Killer are just Luffy and Zoro if they weren't loved by fate, if they weren't the main characters. You know what I mean? From Kid losing his arm and Killer having to deal with the Smile Devil Fruit and all of that stuff, like, it's just been unfortunate accident after accident. Killer didn't get like a master in like Mihawk, or like, you know, someone high up there. Kid didn't get like a master in hockey like Luffy did in Silver's Riley. And, you know, he hasn't gotten these major one-on-one fights, and he's constantly bitten off more than he can chew. He's constantly been in situations that he couldn't wiggle his way out of. He doesn't have the charisma of Luffy and the ability to pull people together. So, like, just things have not worked out for him. So, yeah, that dude is complete knocked out. And to add insult to injury, so, like I said, immediately after that happens, the crew is like, yeah, y'all got it. I don't know what we were smoking, but, like, you completely, yeah, we don't want this. We don't want this anymore. But it's already too late. You gotta finish what you start. You gotta finish what you start. Y'all started this shit, and we finishing this shit. And so, even though they give up the poneglyph rubbings, and I think they do take them. Dory and Bragi come through with the finishing, yo, Hakaku sovereignty. Bow! Sends that shit flying at the what's that junk? The Victorian Punk splits that junk completely in half, destroys their entire ship. The Kid pirates are no more. I don't care. They're dead. I don't care. They're dead. Even if Oda brings them back, they're dead. I will not acknowledge their existence or their presence in any coming up chapters because they're dead. Like, I'm not trying to be mean here, but like, sorry, Kid fans, but like, I think this would be really cool. I just like the fact that, like, you know, we're a little bit invested in the Kid Pirates. You know, we followed their journey for quite some time. We had the team up in Wano. You know, I wouldn't say we're rooting for Kid, but like, you know, we want to see how far he would get. And to just see someone like a rival, someone that considers themselves on the same level as Luffy, that has the same bounty as Luffy, see them actually die would really just make the stakes so high and really show that, all right, shit is really getting real right now. Like, I have a friend that's like, I just don't see what his death would do. And honestly, like, I get that point. Like, I get that point, but I think what it would show is that, like, we're at a point in the series where anyone could get it. Would you have thought that Kid would die? No. Like, what I really like about this chapter is going into it, I thought that Kid was gonna pull some shit out his ass. I really did. Before this chapter, I said Shanks is going to work this guy. Shanks is going to beat him. But there were some like foreshadowing, some lines that make me a little bit apprehensive, that made me nervous. Now, this is Oda we're talking about. Oda loves subverting expectations. He loves doing that shit, right? And so I was thinking, and especially with how cocky Kid was, the way he just walked up on red-haired Shanks, He sees Red Hair Shanks. He sees Red Hair Shanks' crew. He was defeated by someone besides Red Hair Shanks before, and now we're on Elbaf, and he's got like the Giants on his side, and he also has a fleet here. So I'm like, okay, he sees all this shit, and he's still choosing to fight. He's got some plan. He's got some plan, but I guess he didn't. I guess he did not. He got caught lacking, and I am super here for it because this is the result that I expected. But Oda loves to like screw you over when it comes to that. You expect something, and then he like tricks you. But like, no, Oda was like, nah, this happened. It's over. He's done. One shot. Bow bow. And I also love the parallel. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I love the parallel of earlier when we first meet Shanks and he has that gun pulled out on him by the bandit, and then Lucky Roo blasts him. And I forget if it was Shanks who said it or Lucky Roo, but like if you pull out a weapon with the intent to do harm, expect harm to be done to you, type of stuff. If you are willing to take a life, expect your life to be forfeit or taken, right? And so I love that parallel. I love that callback because, yeah, Kid is not a good pirate. Like, you guys have to remember when he was first introduced, the reason that his bounty was so high wasn't because he's like this big, bad, strong guy. It's because he was like pillaging places. He was being a fucking menace. He's not a good guy. And so, like, he paid the ultimate sacrifice, bro. So, I just don't see him surviving. Literally, he was unconscious, and I know like Luffy's been unconscious. I know Luffy's even died. Unless he pulls some Joy Boy Nika shenanigans, I don't see how he gets out of this. Also, like even if he did survive, like the Hakaku sovereignty and stuff, they're floating on the. They have no ship. They're devil fruit. Well, he's a devil fruit user, so he can't swim. I mean, his crew is there to survive him, to save him, but a lot of them passed out from the sheer conquerors force of the Conqueror's hockey that Shanks emitted. You see like the foaming. A lot of them are passed out, if not like completely like damaged or like severely injured from the initial divine departure, followed by the Hakaku sovereignty or Hakaku sovereignty. I forget the pronunciation. So they're probably like floating on like rubble. If there's any survivors, they're floating around on rubble, and it's like you're in the middle of the ocean. So where are you gonna go? You can't go to Elbaf because that's where all the giants are. That's where the people you just tried to attack are. They're gonna remember you. They're gonna know who you are. You guys aren't giants, so like, where'd y'all come from? You can't travel anywhere. You're in the ocean trying to navigate the seas on some like lumbar and stuff. I don't think you're gonna go far. So like, I really think this is the end for Captain Kidd and his crew. But never say never with One Piece, but we will see. We'll definitely see. But this was incredible. Also, I don't know if I forgot to mention this, but the move that Shanks used was originally used by what's his name? Goldie Roger, right? He uses it, I think, on his first meeting with Odin and uses that to one-shot Odin. So like the fact that Shanks has learned things from Roger means a lot. The fact that Shanks is this strong means a lot. And I'm just going to be real nice right now and just say, Kid isn't weak. Like, he is weak, but he's not weak. Like, the reason that Shanks did that, the reason that he popped off so quickly, I really don't think Shanks had any intention of doing that. I think the reason Shanks did that was he saw how powerful Kid was and how if he allowed Kid to get that attack off, the devastation, and decided to just end this ASAP. And I think that's what... I think Shanks did that out of kind of... Yes, I think a bit of it was he was pissed, but out of respect for the danger that Kid posed. And I think that the sheer fact that Kid posed such a danger is what ultimately led to his evisceration. But yeah, I think that, like, that's the extent of it, bro. This was an incredible showing. This was a freaking incredible showing from a Yonko. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. My man's Kid thought he was Yonko level. He didn't know what that meant. Really quick review, but like, I don't know what else to talk about. I'm hyped. Kid fans. Sorry. Sucks to be y'all. Wouldn't let it happen. Law wouldn't have let this happen to him. It's like, I'm joking. Law's probably defeated too, but Law's probably not dead. What a great chapter. Super excited. It's for the most petty reason, and it's kind of messed up, but like, I'm hyped. Can't wait for the next chapter. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning into Otaku Talk. This has been your boy, your host, OD. Take care. Have a great week. Bye. Please make sure to like. Peace.